Hi! It's the Knitting Concierge, Dawn. And this is Kacey from Kaceyknits. She is a local to us dyer here in South Florida. She's in Broward. I'm in Palm Beach. Okay, we're friends, neighbors. So, we are going to be having a trunk show at Knitting Concierge. So I thought you might like to get to know Kacey a little better. So Kacey,
yes,
tell us your origin story.
So I have been knitting and crocheting since I was about 4 or 5 years old.
Really?
My grandma taught me to crochet. She taught me to knit, but we really crocheted most of my childhood. And then when I was in middle school, I started knitting again, and I made a pair of mittens, and everybody wanted them. And I was like, well, I'll teach you how to make them. And nobody wanted to learn, but I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to teach people how to make the things that I make. I didn't know what patterns were. I wasn't exposed to them. My grandma and I just improvised everything.
Wow.
So flash forward, I went to college. I had to work in college. I worked in retail, got stuck in a retail career for about 17 years. And then got laid off really unexpectedly from my store manager job, and decided that there was never going to be a better time to try designing as a
So
job.
you started out as a designer.
Well, yes. Oh yeah, yes. In my yarn world, yes. I started out.
All right. So you started off as a designer.
Yes.
So you have something over there that you.
Well, that I didn't design.
No, you didn't. Okay.
But I have
so
a
cute.
bunch of designs that I have designed that I can. This is my most popular one. I'll just show that one to start out. This is the Perfectionist Trap, it's called. It's 2 skeins of DK, and it is super beginner friendly. It was my first shawl pattern, my first pattern ever.
Lifted stitches, like where you
just
slip stitches?
Yeah, just slips and garters. Really easy. A lot of people make this as their very first ever shawl, like ever. My crochet friends, when they wanted to switch to knitting, they all made this shawl.
And it was successful for them.
Oh yeah, everyone finished, and it was beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a really fun 2 skein project. It's really an any weight, any size project. You can just keep going and use any yarn you want. But I like 2 skeins of DK. I think it makes kind of a nice shape and size.
It's like a little collie thing.
Exactly. Like a little bandana almost. Yeah.
Very cute.
So this is my...
So it can be expanded.
Yes, absolutely.
So it can be bigger.
Absolutely. You can just keep going, and some people use 3 skeins. Someone used, I think, 5 skeins I've seen. Like
God,
not
that
all
thing
of
was
them.
huge.
Not all of it. But I think she did 5 different colors and using full skeins. There are a lot of versions of this out there that are really neat.
So what yarn is this?
So this is my 75-25 DK in the color Moonbeam.
Ooh, it's nice. It's nice and squishy.
Yeah, it is very soft and squishy. It's got 25% nylon, so you can use the yarn for socks or mitts, and they will last. It's got that durability to it also.
Everybody's making DK socks, just so you know, because that's on my list of things to do this month, is make John a couple of DK socks, so just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Perfectionist Trap.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's the
A
Perfectionist
triangle
Trap.
shawl.
Yep.
With slip stitches and as embellishment.
Exactly.
Ooh, I love your edging. What'd you do here?
Thank you. I am very neurotic about my edges. I really only want a clean edge. You'll see on all my patterns, there's no bumps. Even though it's a garter pattern, I do different things to make my edges straight and flat. So this one is just slips. It's a combination of slips and knits, basically. But I have something like...
It's really nice, guys. Look at that edge. Look at that edge. It's really nice. And then at the top, looks like that.
So that's like my easy version of my edges.
Look at the back. Even the back is pretty.
Oh,
with
wait,
the pearl bumps. This is the pearl bumps are the front?
It's all pearl bumps. The ridges are the front.
Oh. Oh, that's right. It's garter. Duh, Dawn.
It's all good.
I'm a new knitter. No problem. Look at that. I like the back too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is called Moonbeam?
Moonbeam is the colorway, yeah.
Moonbeam is the colorway.
I actually have a skein of it if you want to see it somewhere.
Wow. She has a skein. Ooh. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. I think it reads a little more green in person than it's showing on the camera, but otherwise it is pretty accurate.
Look at that nice round thread. Very nice. Plumpy.
Thank you.
Plumpy.
So that's one way I do my
And that's your what base?
DK, 7525 DK.
Okay, so you don't have names for your bases
No.
or anything. You just...
No.
Okay.
I just call them what they are.
Oh, call them what they are. You know what? I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just...
Because then I don't have to remember if it's dramaturg or if it's Stumptown.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. So that's one way I do my edges. My other way I do my edges is with this I-cord tab cast on that I developed. Just playing around. I don't know if you can see it here, how it goes all the way around. Maybe it's easier to show on there. But so I start here with a seamless little I-cord tab that I designed. And then the whole project has this 2-stitch kind of faux I-cord edge through the whole thing, and then an I-cord bind off. So you really get this kind of encapsulated piece. So there's your I-cord bind off.
Wow.
So you don't have to do, it's knit while you're knitting. You don't have to, it's not an applied I-cord after the fact, but you still get that kind of look.
So when you're done with this shawl, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go, wow.
Nope.
Hello. I like that.
Yeah. And this one is fun. This one is If You Know, You Know. IYKYK.
Okay, if you know, you know.
It is another 2-skein DK. This one's a boomerang shawl, so it's really wide and a little more shallow. But it still wears like a little bandana, or a medium-sized bandana, I guess I'll say. But yeah, this one has a fun little stitch pattern too. It's really textured. It's my little secret fun stitch. Come to the trunk show and talk to me and I will tell you all about it.
That's true.
But yeah, so that's If You Know, You Know, and those are my I-cord edges. And yeah,
I love this stitch pattern. It's really interesting.
Thank you. And all my patterns are easier than they look. They are basically knitting, purling, or slipping stitches. I mean, basic increases, basic decreases, nothing fancy. I like writing patterns that every person can make.
Well, the reason I like making shawls is because they're kind of meditative. They're not difficult. I'm not knitting lace, people.
Right.
If I make a shawl, it's because I want to just sit and knit and watch Hallmark.
You would love my patterns then. You would. My patterns are just set it and forget it. You memorize it and you just go on autopilot.
And I do like a nice thing that comes around. Then you can attach it underneath.
Exactly.
And then wear it. It's like a little cowl thing.
Exactly. Oh, it looks so cute.
See?
Very cute.
Oh, I do love one of these things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cute.
Yeah. And how many skeins in DK?
2 skeins of DK. Same deal. You can just keep going if you want. You can make it smaller, bigger. You just continue in the pattern.
I'm just gonna wear it for now.
I like to keep my designs to as few skeins as possible. So if I'm making a DK shawl, it's never going to be 2.2 skeins or 2.5 skeins. It's always going to be 190 grams. It's going to be right under it, so you can make it with 2 skeins, with the option to just keep going if you want to make it bigger.
I like that.
So that's kind of my thought process. I also do a lot of 1 skein patterns.
Let's see one of those, because it's the holiday season, and some of us have like a lot of 1 skein things that we picked up because they were so cute. And this is the time to use those quick little knits. Ooh,
exactly. So this is called All Eyelets on Me. Right?
I love it.
It's another boomerang shawl, so it's the same shape as the one you're wearing. Has the I-cord edges as well, but this one's 1 skein of fingering weight yarn.
Yes.
But I think for 1 skein of fingering weight yarn, I think it's a pretty generous size.
It is. It's really long, guys. It'll wrap around.
Oh yeah. And again, just keep working new sections if you want. The same thing over and over again if you want to make it bigger.
I don't know about you, but I have a lot of single fingering weight skeins. You know, this This is really pretty.
Thank you. And that's my upstate colorway.
Oh, this is the new one.
That
Okay,
is the
because she
new
vended
one.
at Indie Untangled this year.
I did, my first show
Yay.
ever.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But this is the upstate colorway.
Mm-hmm. It knits up in this like, it's kind of like a pinkish, brownish, orangish neutral from afar, but up close there's like green and pink and yellow, and it's got a ton of color in it. But from far away, it almost reads as a neutral. It can play as a neutral.
It kind of reminds me of like when you're coming up to the mountains or the hills of upstate New York, you just see this blanket of patchworky color.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you don't get to see the individual colors. They're all kind of muted together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what I was going for.
All right, well then it worked.
Yay! That's always a good thing, right?
Yeah, so this is the skein?
That's the skein of upstate. That's on DK, but same colorway.
So is this 75-25 too?
Yeah. Right now I'm only doing 75-25 fingering in DK.
Uh-huh.
Just for show season, and as I develop colorways, I will have. It's a lot of yarn.
It's a really nice
yarn.
neutral.
But yeah, I just like the 75-25. I think it's great again for socks or cowls or mitts or anything like that, and it takes the dye really beautifully. It really does. So yeah.
All right. You have anything else in that bag for us?
Do I? Let's see.
She's got a big bag.
So I've got this one.
Just like this so much.
I've got two of these. This one is called
Ooh.
True Story.
It's a little collet.
It's a little cowl, so it's a little bandana cowl. It is completely seamless. You cast on the bottom again with my little I-cord tab cast on. It's my little fancy cast on. And you work up. You cast on stitches for the back neck and join in the round and finish it in the round. And it is just perfect under a hoodie or a jacket. It's great even for here in Florida, because I wear mine to the supermarket even. You can wear...
I was just like,
that's the next thing. Yes. You can wear it on your head. If it's raining.
It covers your ears.
Exactly. Cold, snow, rain, anything.
You know, for those little, chilly 70 degree days.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Ooh, I like it.
And these only take about 65 grams, so not even a full skein.
Oh, wow.
So you could, in theory, you could get 2 skeins and make 3 cowls. Like if you color block them or marl them or something like that.
Well, there we go, ladies.
Yep.
Now it looked like the babushka. All righty.
Really great gift knit. Super easy. DK. Fast. Fingering held double or DK. So I have some that are minis. I used 5 minis on my original sample, marled together, so held double throughout, and then changing one at a time.
We have those. We have those 5 and 6 mini skein sets.
There we
This
go.
is DK
This
or
is DK,
fingering.
but you can hold fingering double.
Yeah, because we have both DK and fingering weight mini sets.
Perfect.
Same.
Perfect.
All right.
What else we got? So this is IRL bandana cowl, which I will pass to you. But
In real life.
And exactly in real life, and I also have there's a shawl version too.
And the back goes like this.
So
it's the same thing like the bandana.
Exactly.
Except I think it's a little longer.
It's longer, yep. So it's a little squishier. It's got a little more maybe wintry than the True Story cowl, but really simple, fun, cute stitch pattern. This is the shawl version. The shawl is designed as an any weight pattern. So
I like your designing.
I want people to use whatever they want to use. That's what so if you want a lightweight little shawl, you use 1 skein of fingering like this. If you want a big winter shawl, you use 3 skeins of DK and it comes down past your belly button. Yes, I sell yarn, but I also love people using what they have or what they particularly
they might have your yarn in.
That's also
because
true.
who doesn't go and see that skein of yarn and they bought it and they don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
Just needed it.
Exactly. So that's IRL. The bandana cowl is written for DK. It does come with instructions if you want to modify it. For the width, the height is easy. You just do fewer repeats. But yeah, it comes with all different. A lot of my patterns come with modification
and the
instructions.
color for
too.
this?
That is depths.
This is I have to say, I'm really
this
partial to this
guy.
green. That green is awesome.
Yeah, it's like green pretending to be blue, pretending to be green.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of, yeah.
It's a really nice tonal.
Thank you. That's my thing is kind of these
And this one
varieties
is
that look tonal. That one is Everyberry. So that's one of my newer colorways. That
every
one,
berry.
Yep, that one is like purple but make it red. So
Bring it up.
Oh, sorry.
Very nice. Very cool. And all these are going to be available
At the trunk show.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What else? Ooh, I just love this. This is like so exciting. So many things.
So the last thing I have, which is fun.
The last thing.
So as we were talking about, I like using up yarn.
Yeah.
I don't love having much left over, but 10 grams, 5 grams, that's always going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? So I love designing patterns for leftovers.
Hello, people.
For all of those little scraps, and I mean, you can use minis, you can use partial skeins, anything like that. So this is called Almost Never. It's really squishy, and really easy. And this actually came out on my birthday this year.
So squishy.
It's so squishy, and the darker colored sections take 10 grams, and the lighter colored sections take 5 grams for each section.
So you could switch the inside.
Absolutely.
In there
I have
too.
another one that I switched every time.
And how many grams did you use for each end?
About 10 grams. I say.
So a 20-gram mini would do both.
Would do both. Oh yeah,
ends.
I had plenty.
And this
left
is
over.
fingering weight.
And this is fingering weight.
Yeah.
Again, can be made in any weight. Just, I don't know if this one has the calculator. Message me if you want to make it in a different weight, and I'll help you. But yeah, so this is.
We're just making work for you.
Yeah, I love it.
No problem.
It's my
No
job.
problem.
But yeah, so this one isn't my most popular. My most popular is called Leftover City.
Did you bring it?
I did not bring it. I don't have a sample in my
Ladies
yarn
and
yet.
gentlemen, she did not bring
I did not
Leftover
bring
City.
Leftover City.
Okay.
But I will have it at the trunk show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because we'll be live there too, so you'll be able to see. Hey. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is really nice. So are these slip stitches here?
Nope.
No?
Just knits and pearls.
Wow.
It's
Oh
made
yeah,
on a
it
very
can't be a
small
slip stitch because you
needle.
actually see the spaces in between.
Yeah, I used 1s and 2s for this pattern. The magic is in the tiny needles. It makes that fabric so squish.
I make my socks on size 0, so
There you go. So you'll be
I'm
fine.
cool. It's a jump up to a 2. Woo!
Exactly.
It'll go faster. Woo!
Exactly.
So this is awesome. This was called
Almost never, because you almost never run out of yarn.
okay. Almost never run out of yarn. So now you started off as a designer.
Mm-hmm.
Then what made you decide to go into dyeing the yarn?
I always wanted to do that too. Didn't know about like indie dyeing or anything. I actually bought a little pot of dye and a bear skein from Knit Picks about 20 years ago, and told myself someday I will live somewhere that I can try to do this. And it's still somewhere in my things. I haven't used it, and it's definitely not usable now, but it's somewhere with that
The
skein.
yarn might be.
The yarn probably is.
I don't know. Do dyes go bad?
I don't know. It's a good question. I've never had them long enough to know, except for that one. Probably somehow they get maybe.
I mean, they're
clumpy.
They're powder,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you,
I don't know.
even if it's clumpy, wouldn't it dissolve in water?
I would imagine so. It'd just be harder to measure out. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Good question.
Well, hey. So tell us. So you had this one skein, and you had this dye, and you put it away, like we all do. Our future selves,
Exactly.
our fantasy selves.
Exactly. So from there, again, I lived in rental apartments. I never really had the time to do it. And then I started working at my favorite yarn store in Berkeley, California, called the Black Squirrel. Black Squirrel Yarns is now their name.
I want to be a black squirrel.
It's the most wonderful. It's just the West Coast haven for me. Every time I'm in the area, I have to go. It's like a second home to me now. But I started working there.
I'm assuming they're friendly. Go see it. Black Squirrel.
Black Squirrel
In
Yarns in Berkeley, California. Go see them, please. They do have some of my yarn left still, so you can also find it there if you're on the West Coast.
That's good.
So I started dyeing about a year after I started working there. The owner, Maya, one of the owners now, who became a very close friend, we were talking one day, and I was explaining how I've always wanted to dye yarn, but never got around to it. And now it's like indie dyers everywhere. And, we were just kind of chatting about it. And she was like, why don't we set you up a dye studio in the back of the store?
And this is at the Black Squirrel?
Yes, it is.
They're a nice place, people. Just go there. Buy all the yarn, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but come to mine first.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because you got to fly out there.
Exactly. So the original owner had a little dye set up back there. There was a sink, which made it all the difference. So 2 burners, 2 pans, and a handful of dyes and a bunch of bare yarn, and I just started experimenting. I did not do any research. I did not look up. I looked up like how much citric acid to use and how much, dye, the ratio of dyes. But I didn't look up techniques or anything. I just did what made sense to my brain. And again, come see me at the show, and I will explain my dye process to you because it's interesting, and you'll see my yarn in person, and you'll understand.
Well, we're actually trying to negotiate an actual class. Mm-hmm. So we'll get back to you on that.
So I started messing around, and I came up with this weird technique that takes forever, but makes these really like soupy, watercolory, tonal variegated. Very saturated. Mm-hmm. Very saturated colors. Mm-hmm.
It must take forever to rinse them.
I let them exhaust completely before I take them out of the pan, which means I let the dye fully absorb. So it's not that, rinsing is not that bad. Rinsing is almost always clear, as it should be, in my opinion.
I would agree with that. Yeah. As a person who has had to soak some things, and then the red bled into the white,
yep.
I was not a happy camper.
Exactly.
And that was a 5 skein shawl. I was not a happy camper about that.
Yeah. So,
And to this day, I don't buy that dyer.
I wouldn't either, because you got burned.
I did get burned.
Yeah.
That was that, we're talking about high end. Mm-hmm. You're making an investment when you buy yarn. Mm-hmm. Let's be real about that. Mm-hmm. And if your yarn bleeds, it ruins your project. Yeah. And I threw in the vinegar, I threw in the dye catchers, I threw in everything, and still it was too late. Like that pink. Yeah. And I always start off with a little vinegar in the water.
Smart.
Just to
set it
a little bit.
That's smart.
And I thought, and I have the dye catchers there just in case.
Mm-hmm. And still, oh man, that's a bummer.
It is.
That's a bummer.
I'm so happy that. Yeah,
we can always over dye that shawl for you if you want. I can make it a whole new color.
It's gone.
Good. Even better. Good riddance.
It was like lesson learned.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started dyeing yarn in the back of the store, and I basically was there from 9:30 a.m. to about 1 a.m. every weekend day, so Saturday and Sunday. And then I also went in sometimes on my days off and dyed.
Oh, you were working there?
I was working there, yeah. Okay. So I was working there part-time and dyeing yarn. But I couldn't dye yarn during the day when the shop was open.
Right. Yeah.
It's too loud, it's too stinky, it's,
It's stinky.
Wet wool has a smell to it.
Well, that's true.
Imagine wet sheep.
Wet sheep.
Yep, wet sheep have a smell about them.
Yes.
So it happens, but I don't find it offensive personally. I kind of like it.
Either, actually.
I like smelling yarn.
Yeah, I'm a sniffer. I'm a yarn sniffer.
I'm a sniffer.
Are you a yarn sniffer? I'm a yarn sniffer.
Tell us in the comments if you're a yarn sniffer.
And the more sheepy sometimes the better.
Yes. Oh my gosh, non-superwash yarn. Oh,
I know. I've got some yarn from Wing and a Prayer, and it's totally farm yarn, right? I mean, it literally goes from her sheep to the mill, back to her where she dyes it with the botanicals. I'm like, I have some that has never met the dye pot. It's completely white, and it is sheepy.
Yup.
I just.
I'm a spinner too. I have
Okay, I tried that. I was a spinner fail.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did you try on a wheel or like an electric wheel?
I tried on a ladybug wheel.
Oh.
And it's just like water was just like you could have filled. I mean, it was like a faucet.
Mm-hmm.
I was so stressed out, so I didn't do that.
That's fair. I'll bring my electric wheel by someday when we have more time and we can play with it if you want to try it again.
You know, you're not the first person who told me about that. I should have just tried to do the e-spinner because I found it difficult to do my feet and the thing and do the thing.
Exactly.
Not exactly the most coordinated person on the planet.
It's difficult, but an e-spinner, you just sit there and feed it, and you figure out what feels best, for your hands, whichever way you want to do it. And then it's just meditative, and I sit there and watch TV and just boo boo boo. I lie down in bed, kind of. I recline and do it.
Well, since I gave away all my fiber, I gave away that fantasy life, but now I'm thinking about it again.
Yeah, it's fun. But so anyway, so I started dyeing at the Black Squirrel.
Yes.
Started dyeing there.
And you started selling your yarn there?
Started selling my yarn there. That was the first place I sold my yarn, the only place you were able to get it for about 2 years. So I didn't even have a website at that point.
So that was like their house yarn.
It was their house yarn, exactly. So that's how we promoted it as such. Every time I was there and somebody asked about it, I would come running over. It was amazing. It was so cool.
Talk about instant validation.
Oh yeah. And I would tell people it's dyed behind this wall, and they would be like, it doesn't get more local than that.
No, it doesn't.
Which is true. So yeah, so it was really popular. My first colorway was a colorway called Oil Slick, which is similar to these in the way that it's dyed, but it's more of a burgundy and green combination.
Oh yeah, I could see the oil slick on that.
It looks like an oil slick. There are random bumps of purple and gold and blue, but it really looks like an oil slick.
Do you still make that colorway?
I do still make that colorway, and I will have it at the show. I don't have it with me because I don't have a sample with me in it. But then Daydream was my second colorway. So this guy.
So you went from a dark color
Yep.
to then experimenting with some pastel type
Yes.
things.
This actually starts out a lot brighter pink than it ends up. I don't understand how it works. I don't know the science behind it, but it starts out dark and gets lighter.
Oh, so it's sort of like an accidental skein.
Yeah, exactly. So my colorways pretty much start as experiments, and if I like the results, it becomes a colorway.
Well, dyeing is a science.
Yeah, it's a science, and it's a little bit of magic, and it's a little bit of fun, all rolled up into one. And yeah, you get really interesting results when you kind of think outside the box and do things a little differently.
So this is Daydream.
This is Daydream, yeah.
Okay.
Daydream is one of my popular colorways. It's in the skein.
There you go.
It's so fun in the skein. I love it in the skein. So yeah, you get a little bit of like yellows, greens, purples, but also mostly pink. It's kind of a pink and yellow with green and purple is how it kind of knits up. Well, I guess more pink. I don't know. To me, that looks kind of pink. What do you guys say?
I don't know.
But yeah, so I started coming out with these specific colorways. I was very slow in developing them. I was very wary of burning through yarn. So when Oil Slick first was developed, I dyed a ton of it. That way we had quantity to sell. And people loved it. People loved it. People heard about it and came to the store for it. People went bonkers. So that was when I was like, okay, this is like what I need to do. Like this, like you said, that instant validation and the feeling of helping somebody, doing something that makes somebody enjoy the craft more is like the greatest feeling in the world to me.
I agree.
I love teaching people to knit. I love helping people figure out problems. I love solving problems people didn't know they had. You know, people come up to me, they're like, this green, this is the exact color that my husband is looking for, and you have it, and you did. And it's really cool. It's really cool to do these kind of abstract colorways almost, I would say. They're not that related to each other, but they still work really nicely together, I think. Like these three, for example.
Oh, what's that one?
This one is Nocturnal.
Oh my.
So that's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's like a really cool fade.
Isn't it nice? So yeah, Daydream is this one. Upstate in the middle and Nocturnal on the end.
Wow.
I
that does.
Love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Alrighty then.
A friend of mine is actually making testing a pattern for me with this color combo. And I might have encouraged her.
Well, alrighty. I think that was a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
If you need an extra stain.
That's true.
I just threw an Everberry in there.
It actually looks great too.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, my colorways are more accidents than planned. But that makes my recipes insane because some of them like start out are like completely different colors by the time like Nocturnal at one point is green. This colorway is green at a point in the process. But the layers and
it's green.
It's great. And you can even see like tiny remnants
Well,
of
yeah,
it.
you can see it.
Like I don't know if you guys can see it in there, but little bits of like greenish. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, alrighty then.
So yeah, it is surprising how I get to these colorways. I was working on a totally different colorway when I came up with Nocturnal.
I like that one. But then again, I'm a jewel tone girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
These two.
Yeah, these are like, this is Dawn.
I love it.
Okay, awesome. So you have a whole process that you kind of created over time.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm the only one who
tweaked.
does it, but I didn't learn it from anyone. I just tweak it and keep trying new things. I just keep experimenting and learning more.
That's what all good scientists do.
Exactly.
It's a hypothesis. And then we test the hypothesis.
Exactly. This is what's going to happen when I put this color over this color.
Okay. Well, alrighty then.
So now I basically dye. I'm still dyeing on 2 pans, 2 burners in my
Are
parents'
you
kitchen.
kidding me?
In the kitchen.
You know, you could get more burners.
Yeah, we should talk. Yeah, in my kitchen I only have room for the 2. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's a very slow process for me to build up enough for a show, but it is so worth it and so much fun. And I like dyeing my colorways, so it's like a joy.
And you left your squirrel nest?
Yeah, I left my squirrel nest. So I moved from California in 2023, yeah.
The tail end of the pandemic.
Yep.
When we started moving around again.
Yep. I had to leave California and moved in with my parents here in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
And we are the lucky recipients of that.
Exactly.
So you're still in the kitchen.
I'm still in the kitchen.
And just so you know, you dye with acid dyes, right?
I do. I dye with acid dyes.
So whenever you do dye in your kitchen, you need to have only those things because those are toxic. So you don't want, if you ever do dye in your kitchen, you need to make sure that you have only those pots and pans and spoons and whatever have you, only for that purpose.
Yes.
You
never eat out of them
never
again.
eat out of them again. Never.
Pro tip, go to like a thrift store like a Salvation Army or a Goodwill, and you can find pots or pans or spoons or any of that for very little money.
Little money.
Very little money.
Yeah.
So, and startup, there's an entry fee. I would say like you got to invest a little bit to start dyeing yarn, but to try it, you can get 2 different dyes and a few skeins. And
Did you get them from Dharma?
so my dyes are all from Dharma. Yep, they're actually based really close to the store I worked in.
That I know because they were out there.
Yep.
Yeah, because I have some empty skeins of yarn.
There
Like,
we go.
I've used it. I just wanted it because it was an undying skein, which works well with a lot of other things. So
Definitely.
I got some MCN.
I love that. Yum. Yum. Yeah. So dyes, you basically need, it's dyes, citric acid, heat, water.
Lots of water, right?
Lots of water, yeah. But that's really it. Heat, water, citric acid, dyes, and yarn. And you can dye yarn if you have those 5 things.
Okay.
But, you know, it's an expensive hobby. I'll say that. If you're doing it as a hobby.
Let me just say, we're knitters and crocheters. It's an expensive hobby. I mean, there are different levels of the hobby. I mean, there's the Hobby Lobby level, and then there's other levels.
Exactly.
You can, and there's a place for all of that.
Absolutely.
In our community, there's a place for all of that, because I am not making a baby blanket out of high-end MCN yarn. No. Just so you know.
No, we don't need bespoke.
Mom needs to throw that in the washer when the baby barfs.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's a reason for low-end yarn, and there's a reason for that lovely shawl or that lovely sweater.
Yeah. And that's another reason I like making patterns that work with any yarn, because it's not just any weight or any size needles or size yarn. It's also any like level of yarn, from commercial, you know, acrylic up to like the fanciest MCNs or whatever. I like that. I really, it's important to me that like testers use all different types of yarn and stuff when I test patterns. It's really important to me that people can.
So tell me about, as a designer, I'm always interested. I'm not a designer. I follow the pattern. I may tinker with the pattern, but I am not going to be. Okay. So tell me about, what is this tech editing business?
So tech editing is a process that happens between writing the pattern and testing. In my opinion, that's when it should happen.
So tech editing is supposed to be, you write the pattern, and then you hand it off to a tech editor. What does the tech editor do?
So the tech editor basically does anything a regular editor would do. They look at grammar, punctuation, you know, formatting, things like that the PDF is the way it should be. And they also check your math. So they make sure your stitch counts are correct. They make sure your gauge matches what you ended up making. They make sure your yarn recommendations have all the information that they need, things like that. And they can check the instructions. Some patterns more so than others, they're not going to make the whole thing, but that's what they do. They go through, they comb through it, and basically find any errors they can find.
Wow. And
get them fixed. Sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it's a big deal and you got to change a whole pattern, but it's worth it to have an accurate, well-written pattern.
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Designers, I'm going to reach out to you specifically right now. If you are starting out as a new designer, please, please, please work with a tech editor. DM me on Instagram and I will recommend people to you. I know people. You can Google them. Tech editors are very, very good resources to have, and you should tech edit every pattern you publish. That's my PSA.
Especially if you're charging a price for it.
Yes, even free patterns, but especially if you're charging.
As a person who buys lots and lots of patterns, and then will go back years later and pull it out of my Ravelry account, I've been planning to make that. I'm like, and then if it doesn't work, that really is
it's a problem. It's a problem. So tech editors are
it'll save your reputation.
It will.
It'll really save your reputation because people share and talk.
And if you're testing a pattern and you're doing that before it's tech edited, the testers are all going to know, because they're going to find errors in your pattern and it's going to be confusing. And that's why, for me at least, I just always tech edit before I test. It saves the testers time. They don't have to restart anything because of an error that I made in the pattern. Like all the numbers are correct, we think. And things slip through me and the tech editor still, and testers find errors, but that's the point of testing, is to make sure that it is ready for the people.
Yeah. And the reason why you want to have it test knit is to make sure that process was complete.
Exactly.
Because if some directions are not easy to understand, because you have all kinds of knitters going to buy your pattern, right?
Right.
And you don't know, you can't just assume some people have information or knowledge.
Yeah.
In our country, I know in Europe, when they do patterns, sometimes they just say bind off. They don't tell you how to bind off, or they don't tell you how to cast on, or they don't tell you how to increase.
Right.
And here in America, we prefer people to tell us exactly what to do, when to do it.
Yep. And that's how I write my patterns.
You can change that. I mean, I don't use German short rows. I use a twin stitch knit from Sock Therapist. So whenever it says German short rows, I just substitute that twin stitch and turn around and go the other way.
There you go.
It works for me. I don't like German short rows, but that is a choice that I'm making, an informed choice.
Right. Sometimes there are things that are really easy to change like that. Sometimes things like decreases lean a certain way. So you don't want to use a knit two together when it says slip, slip, knit.
Yeah, because it
goes because it's going to be facing the wrong way.
And that's why you end up with a line going this way and a line going this way on a gusset, like on a mitten. If you're making a mitten, you're going to end up with a gusset that goes like this because of those particular decreases.
Exactly.
Is there anything else that you want us to know about your process?
I am always open to feedback. If somebody likes what I'm doing and wants to see something different, I welcome messages like that and stuff. I always tell people my Instagram DMs are always open. It's my full-time job right now, and while I'm able to do it, I feel like I need to be available for people. And I am. And
you're living the dream, lady.
I'm living the dream.
Living the dream.
Living with my parents, so it's not like I'm not thriving.
Okay.
Living the dream.
It's kind of the dream. It's a partial dream. Yeah. Okay, so she's Kaceyknits. Kacey here is going to be at the Knitting Concierge in Lake Park, Florida, at 216 North Federal Highway. Just so you know. We have a website, Knitting Concierge, so we're going to put that up there for you. So if you need to last minute find it, and we'll be Instagramming it as well. On next Sunday,
Sunday the 14th.
Yep. And we're open on that day a really long time. Actually, it says on the website we're only open from 10 to 4, but that is not true. Because we have a group that comes and knits and starts knitting like at 4:30. And they stay. Nice. Sometimes we don't even close at 8. Nice. So just so you know, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., we are open on the 14th. And Kacey will be here with her table. We have lots of tables. Okay. Kacey, and then we'll be working on other excitement.
Yeah.
Neighborhood. It's nice to have a dyer in town.
Thank you. And I just want to make sure people spell my name right, so they find me right.
Oh, yeah.
Just to make sure it's Kacey knits. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Kaceyknits.
Yeah. All right. And there anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Let's say bye to the people.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.